Hi, I'm Jadi and welcome back to another part of the LPI1 series. In this section, I'm speaking about basic file editing, especially using VI or VI improved Vim text editor. The weight is 3. This is kind of high and there is a reason for it. Learning to use Vim is not super straightforward. You cannot say, oh, I know how to edit files. You should know how to use Vim. It has kind of a steep learning curve. It takes some time to get used to it. Even exiting it makes lots of jokes. People enter Vim and they don't know how to exit and they have to reboot their computers to get rid of Vim. But you should learn how to use Vim. This is super cool and very, very, very powerful tool. Even some super high level programmers use Vim as their main development environment. It understands plugins and many other things. But in this session, I will show you the basics. After this short session, maybe half an hour, you will be able to use Vim to edit files, to insert, edit, delete, copy, and finding text in Vim. And you will know how to exit Vim, which many people don't know. Objectives is navigating in Vim, okay, doing basic stuff, going around, and all the things. Vim is great because you have to know Vim because Vim is omnipresence. It's present. Every single system you see should have at least VI or Vim, which is an VI improved. You can find it on most of the distros, not only most of the distros, most of the Unix environment. You will have VI. If you SSH into a server, you may not be able to use fancy text editors, but you will have VI. If you are using a CyberDeck with a very, very, very minimal keyboard, I don't know, 60% keyboard, you will be able to use VI on that one. If you only have A to Z on a keyboard, you will be able to use VI. If you tell it to a remote server, you will be able to use VI. So it's omnipresence and it is super strong. If you check your own system and see what is VI, even in mine, it's Ubuntu, it says your VI practically is VI improved. So practically I'm using Vim even when I'm calling VI. You can check also what is Vim. Same thing. Where is VI? Where is Vim? You can check where it runs from, what it is. For example, this is my VI, this is my Vim. And this points to somewhere which runs Vim at the end. If you run it standalone without anything, it will show you the welcome page. It says, okay, practically you are running Vim, VI improved, this version by Bram Mullenar and other people. There are a couple of hints. To start, you have to press I, insert. You have to, if you don't know anything, let's start like this. You press I, and now I'm in the insert mode. As you can see, I'm in the insert mode. So I'm inserting text. You can insert text. Enter goes to the next line. Just like a normal text editor. By normal, I mean ordinary. Have fun. For example, I want to move around. You can use cursors on this specific computer and terminals. In some places, maybe the cursors up, down, left, and right arrows might not work. We don't know. But if you want to be sure that you can move around, just press escape. I won't show you the keyboard all the time. Press escape, and as you can see, you are not in insert mode anymore. From here, no, there used to be an insert here. You are not in insert mode anymore. So I'm in command mode. Vim do have two different modes. One is insert mode. We entered it using I, or command mode. Command mode, we started it with a escape key from the insert mode. There are other keys, but let's see. Now I'm on the command mode. To make sure, I will push escape a couple of more times. Now I can move around with cursors or with H, J, K, and L. Old school games used to use these keys for going around. H will go to the left, J will go down, K will go up, and L will go right. So you have your hands like this and you can move. This works on many, many different softwares. This is a way for going around on a minimal keyboard. I can go down, go here, and delete this using X. X or X deletes one character. This is cool. So, on Vim, you can combine commands or you can repeat commands. I'm pushing right and going right. If I say for right, I will go to the right 4 times. If I say 4 and then push down, I will go down 4 times. This is a very, very, very nice feature in Vim, which lets you to use it as a programming system. So you have two different modes, command mode and insert mode. In insert mode, you're using it just by typing things, and whatever you are typing, you will see them reflected on your document. On the command mode, you are giving commands. You delete text, copy text, search for something, move around, and these kind of stuff. And you can switch between them using escape or I or some other keys, which I will show you in a few minutes. But let's start with going around in the command mode. H, J, K, L, you know, works like this. H, J, K, L. Then you have W, which is for word. So it jumps word by word on your document, which is very useful. B jumps backward word by word. And you have Control F and Control B, which works like page down and page up. Page forward, so page down, because forward, and page up. Obviously, you can use page down and page up keys, but in some keyboards you don't have them, and this is more general. And you have the E, which jumps to the end of the word. So if you are standing here and you push W in command mode, the cursor will jump here, then here, another W here, another W here. But if you use E, you will jump here and then here to the end of the word, because this might be useful in some cases. So for example, I'm here, I will push W to the next word. W, 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 W. I can say 5W. It jumps 5 words. If I do it same with E, end of the word, end of the word, end of the word. So it's very easy to go around. If I want to reach here, for example, it is easy to say 3. I push 3 up, so I'm here. 2E, 2 end of the words. So with the 4 keys, I reached here instead of doing like this. It's very easy. And as you can see, whatever I type, you can check it here. I have pushed 3. Now I push down. So I'm here. Anyway, let's see what is going on. Jumping around, we have some more keys like G, H, and L. We are seeing how I can move around. Capital G will go to the end of the file. So if you have a file and you are seeing this part on the screen and you push capital G, the cursor will go here. You will jump to the end of the file. If you do it 2G, you will go to the line 2. If you do 100G, you will go to the line 100. And we also have, so 1G will go to the top of the file. And we also have H and L. Think of this as go. Think of these two as high and low. If you have the whole document here and the screen is showing this, H points to high, L points to low. So if you push H, you will move here. If you go 5H, you will go to the 5th line from the top. And if you do a 1L, you will go to the last line. H is the high, this is the low of the page. Not exactly good in English, but you can remember it like this. So if I do a 1G, I will go here. If I do only a G, I will go to the end of the line. 1H or only H will move to the top of the current page you're seeing. 2H will go to the second line from the top. This is very common in programming. You're writing a program, you are just scrolling down to go somewhere, find something, and then you see, okay, I want to edit this line, for example. So you just push 4H and it moves to the 4th line from the top of the page. Very easy and useful. So we know how to jump around. Now let's go for editing files. You have already seen I, which changed the command mode to the insert mode. So my cursor is here, N and E. I will just push I, and I will start writing here in the middle of N and E while I'm standing on E. Let me show you. I'm here, some escape, so I'm in command mode. I will push I, and you will see that I'm in insert mode. Then I type something. Then escape, and I'm out of insert mode. I want to type something between I and T. I will stand on T, push I, and say insert mode is fun. Oh, I forgot one space here. I will go here, push I, press I, and then one space, and then escape. This is I. A. So I for insert. Also we have A. Think of it as append. It's just like I, but adds the text or goes to the insert mode after where you are standing. So if I'm here, if I push I will start typing before R. But if I push A, press A, I went to the help, sorry. I will show you how to go to the help later. So, why we have both? First, because we are in VI and we have lots of things. If I push I will add the text before E. If you want to add text after E, you have to push A. But you can go here and press I and add your text here. Totally fine with me, but there is one problem. Here, if I want to add a dot and say, okay, sentence is finished, I cannot go any further to the right because I'm at the end of the line. Here, you have to press A, so you will be able to type here. So A, I, and A. Then you have R. R is for replace. If you want to change only one character, for example, I wanted to use capital N instead of small n. I can come here, push I, delete this, type capital N, and then do escape. Works, but not very VI-ish. I can come here, I want to change this M to capital M. I will press R, now I'm replacing, and I will type capital M. Back in the command mode. I said just replace one character for me. change this I will push R. Now I'm replacing with 9. Anyway, whatever I want. So this is how it works. And you have O and capital O. O will open a new file. So if I'm standing on this line and I press O, I'm opening a new line in insert mode. Escape. If I want to open my new line above where I'm standing, I will go with capital O. Escape. See? Then we have C, which is not used a lot. We have D for delete and also X for delete. When you use X, it deletes one character when you are standing. So we have insert here. I push X and N is gone. If I push another X, S is gone. You can guess that what happens if I push capital X. If I push capital X, it will delete to the back side. Capital X, capital X, capital X. And you can combine them with numbers. I want to delete these 3 characters. So 3X. Deleted 3 characters. This is just like a delete key. So in many keyboards you can go to insert mode and just use the delete key and go backward. Escape. But we also have a command which is called D. D is for delete. Delete what? I can say delete W. I told it to delete W. Delete one word. I could say 3 delete one word. Let's try it. 3D, sorry, escape. I'm here. 3DW. Deleted 3 words. In many commands like this, you can also do DD. Delete one line. It's very common. I want to delete this line. I will do DD and I will delete one line. Or if I wanted to delete 2 lines, I could say 2DD. Deleted 2 lines. And VI have a paste system too. I just deleted lines. So I can push P and I will paste those lines here. Same thing happens with DW. If I do a DW here, DW, deleted one word, I can come here and push P to paste it. As you saw, as you can guess, sorry, you have not seen this yet, P pastes text. So if I'm here and I paste something, it pasted it here. So the N remained here. If I press capital P, it pastes backward. It may be useful somewhere for you. And also you have the command yank. Why? This yanks text without deleting it and you can paste it later. It's very common to do a yank to copy one file. So here I say YY, yanked one file, one text. On this line, I paste one line. Or I can do a capital P and paste it before where I'm standing. Try to use them as you wish. Whenever you need one, try to find the VI method of doing that and you will get better and better on VI. So, you saw most of the editing stuff. Insert, copying, pasting. As you know, X deletes one command, one character, P inserts that after the cursor. So it's a very common mistake. Common to type fast and type 21 instead of 11. If you want just to change these two, it's very common combination. 2, press, I'm in command mode with escape. You can press X. Now that 2 is deleted. I can paste it after this one. So that would be a normal P, not the capital one. Pasted it after it. So it's very common to push XP and replace two characters with each other. Then we have the searching as your last part before exiting. To search something, you have the slash. On the command mode, you type slash and you say what you want to search for. N will search for the next. Capital N will go for the previous. And if you want to search backwards, you can use question mark. Let's see. But before that, I will exit the previous one and will do with one of the phone list, for example, I have. I can search for Jody, slash Jody. This is the Jody. I can press enter. Now I'm standing on the first Jody it found after my cursor. N will find the next one. N will tell you, okay, search hit bottom, continuing at top. N, N, N. I can search for, I don't know, com. This is the first com. Next, next. If I push capital, if I press capital N, it will search backwards. If I wanted to start searching backwards, I could say question mark 19. Okay, backward. Next, next. Now I'm searching backwards. So next goes backwards. Capital N goes forwards. So this is how you can search for something. I want to change me to you. So I will search for me. Enter. DW. Delete that one. Insert you. It is fun. And the important thing is exiting. As you saw, we have the command mode. On the command mode, you have some commands which are typed using a colon. You can say Q for quit. So I'm at the command mode with escape. I will type colon Q. I want to exit. It says no write since last change. You have edited the file without writing it. So it doesn't quit. I can say I know what I'm doing. This is important. In many commands this works and you say I know what I'm doing. So you say quit and I know what I'm doing. It quits without saving. If I edit it again, if I change something, here I have a new friend. DW deleted that one. Y copied this line. P pasted it. R will replace this number with something else. R6 did this. Sausage, I want to delete sausage. Oh no, he's not on Hotmail, he's on Gmail. So DW deleted one word. Insert Gmail and escape. Again, I went to the help. So this is it. I did some changes. I want to write it. W. W will write the file. But I want to write it somewhere else. Write it on temp my file. Says okay, it worked. Say okay, this was cool. Write it on temp shared. It says okay, file exists. I cannot write to the file which exists unless you tell me you know what you are doing. Say okay, I know. Right, I know what I'm doing. So overwritten on that one. Now I can quit because the file has changed. So I cannot. I can say WQ. This is very common combination. I use it a lot. WQ. Write and quit. DD. I deleted this line. Now I want to WQ. This is very common thing to do. So instead of WQ, which writes and quits, we have ZZ without the colon. So if you are on command mode and with shift, you do capital Z, Z, it will write and quit. This is very, very common. And in addition, you have E, which reads the file again from the disk. And you have this, which is not related here, but it's fun to know since you want to be a professional. So let's say I have done some changes. I decided, no, I don't want these changes. So you can say restore from disk, read from the disk, and show me the original file. It says, okay, you have some changes. Are you sure? You say, yes, I know what I'm doing. And it reads from the disk. On related case, you have this colon and exclamation mark, and you can run some system commands. I can say, give me an ls. It shows you the ls. So if you wanted to run system commands, you always had this. Cool. And I believe that's it. You know how to exit Vim, you know. And if you want to get help, always you can say help or press F1. It will open a new buffer for you. Here you can read a lot about how Vim works and different stuff. If you want to exit, go to the command mode, Q exclamation mark, or without it, because we have not edited anything, you will go back to your main buffer. And you should know that we also have other editors. It's Linux word, VI or Vim is not the only choice. It's omnipresence, used everywhere. You should know how to use it. Super professional people use it for development, but there are other choices too. For example, you can use Nano, which is a very basic, easy to understand, easy to use editor. We have Micro, even smaller than this. We have Emacs, which is super fancy with super awesome features editor, but it's not installed by default on most systems. Some people use Emacs for everything they do. Gaming, web browsing, email reading, writing articles, whatever. We have NeoVim, which is an updated version of Vim. But at the end, Vim is what you find on all the machines, although you have lots of other choices. And there is an environmental variable. We will see this in later chapters when we are talking about scripting, which you can set. It is called editor. If this is set, for example, to Vim, Vim will be your default editor. For example, if you do a git commit and system needs to get some input in a text editor from you, it will run Vim because this is your editor. Or, for example, if you do a cron tab -e, we will see later, to edit your cron tabs, it will be open in whatever set in editor. You can check it in your bash RC or set it in your bash RC. We will see in more details when we are talking about environmental variables and programming. But for example, in my system, if I say echo editor, it's not set. So if I do a cron tab -e, editing cron tabs, it didn't ask me because the last time I have told it to open it in Nano. But normally if I set my, for example, export editor to Vim, now if I do echo editor, it's Vim. So if I say cron tab -e, it will be open in Vim. So you have this environmental variable to set your default editor. This was Jadi. Play more with Vim, search for Vim tutorial. There is one text file which shows you how to work with Vim step by step, or just open a file, do editing, search for things and other stuff, and you will enjoy it. Vim is powerful. Have fun.